Greetings, galactic angels of the 144. Waking up, rising up. This is it. Time for liftoff. Happy 410, 144. Happy Good Friday to those who celebrate in the Western cultures and all over this realm. The 410 activation codes of the 144. Happy birthday to my divine sister, Victoria. She turns 50 today, 50. We have the 50 on the 410, which is a 5-5 energy of 5D coming in fully now. We had some interesting events in the cosmic realm last night and into this morning. Many of you saw the strange anomaly in the magnetic field of the Earth, the magnetosphere, and also we had a 61 hertz blast. Here we have 510 comments. 510 energy, so the 410 into the 510 with these massive cosmic rays coming in, cosmic waves, cosmic radiation. We're having many strange events in the space weather. We also had 137 earthquakes in the past 24 hours, M1.5 or greater, 15 into the 51 with the 6-1, 16. So it's this 6-7 energies, 6D, 7D flowing into the field. These earthquakes are all over the grid, especially around the Ring of Fire again. With these Ascension energies, we're getting all the stargates opening, being activated. A lot of activity in the west of the United States, Nevada, California, Alaska, multiple earthquakes in California in the last 10 hours, 10, 11 hours, 3.4, 3.0, Puerto Rico multiple, with the Atlantean and the Lemurian energies coming in the Papua New Guinea. We also had 4.3 in the Philippines, Hokkaido, Japan, 4.5. Another in Chile today, the Andes fully activated, the Kundalini of the Earth. In South America, Afghanistan, we had a 4.1. In the Stargate portal, the ancient culture. Here's an interesting one, 4-6, in called just southeast of Loyalty Islands. So we had that loyalty, being loyal to all sentient beings, with that dog energy, the dog star, Idaho, another 3-7. So we have the 37 into the 73, heaven on earth. And here's another 5.0. Close to Antarctica and the South Sandwich Islands. That's another interesting one. Never heard of the Sandwich Islands, but it's making me want to have lunch right now. We had the Philippines, a 5.9. That was the largest of today, which just happened a couple hours ago. Let's see, around 1 p.m. Eastern Time, which was a deep, very deep quake, 148 kilometers. The deepest one was in the Philippines, 4.3 at 542 kilometers. So that went deep into the energies of Pachamama. And we're feeling that deep within our sacred vessel. Many of us feeling that, especially in the solar plexus, some in the spine, which is mirroring in the holographic realm, the Kundalini of the Earth, which is flowing through the Andes Mountains. And then in the higher dimensional symbolism in the Rocky Mountains. So with these ascension energies coming in, we're feeling these energies through our bodies, especially with the crown activations, with the higher frequencies of these cosmic rays, which is cosmic radiation, which is radiating electricity, energy, chi, the current. So these are manifesting in many ways, everything from ringing in the ears to vertigo to feeling in between worlds, like you're floating or feel like blacking out. It's kind of like this going into the void, traveling to the non-physical while being conscious. These energies will keep ramping up through the Easter, the resurrection codes, the transmutation, transformation energies, with these crystalline diamond light codes coming through the sun, manifesting it through the sun as a projector. It's a projection from the central sun and from source. which is connected to the still center within the physical vessel, your body. I will be traveling this evening to a sacred portal to do ceremony and anchor in these Christed crystalline codes into the sacred portal, into the grid of Pachamama. Many are on this mission for this ascension, so thank you for joining us in this great journey. I just noticed too, 1,307 earthquakes in the past 7 days and 137 in the past 24 hours. I'm 1.5 or greater. This is from earthquaketrack.com. So there's the 37 and the 73 and the 77 energies, which is a 1010 portal, 3773. We'll start today's first transmission from Elaine DiGiorgio, a message from the Arcturian Light Council, and ILLIA M, Elohim of the Arcturus, sitting in the sacred I Am presence, connecting with my higher self. With Heru and my spirit guide team, I connect with the High Council of Arcturus and bring forth the following message. Greetings, dear ones. We, our Arcturian friends, are jumping timelines to communicate with you right now. It was not always foreseen that you would receive our frequency or indeed welcome it in this time window. The variables were massive. Would planet Earth succeed in bringing her people into fifth dimensional frequency and time? Would the energies of resurgence available in your solar system succeed in activating humans to their full potential? Would enough of your populace be willing to extricate themselves from the net of disempowerment cast over your race for so long? Depending on the answers to these questions, there was the potential for us to insert ourselves into your reality and help you make the leap. And the answer to all three questions posted are not black and white. There is a continuum along which the answers are placed as your drama unfolds on the stage of your physical planet and in your beauteous galaxy. Most importantly, we must tell you quite clearly that you are on the way, that you are succeeding in extricating yourselves from the net, and that you are in the process of receiving the photonic input which is activating you into your full potential. As a race, you are indeed moving towards fifth dimensional frequency. We are with you now, not only to bring you these glad tidings, but to assist energetically through our frequency transmissions. You would call this healing. We prefer to call our offerings light chamber transmissions. According to your need and our purpose, we send you different frequency grids at different times as we are able to see into your light bodies and determine what is most appropriate in specific time windows. You are given the opportunity to be stabilized as your present level of energetic upgrade. You have the potential to integrate all the activations and downloads thus far received. When this is achieved, you truly are able to step into your power more completely. What will result is an experience of greater comfort and peace and empowerment. You will feel more stronger physically, more emotionally stable, and more mentally clear and confident. We ask you to be very conscious of this potential over the weeks to come and to welcome it actively through stating with vigor, I am ready for stabilization and integration. I accept all upgrades and activations already available in my light body. I nurture my body with tender, loving care to facilitate this stabilization. I accept my power as a multidimensional angel on Earth. With this declaration, coupled with your ongoing dedication to this process, you begin the journey. We will offer a further 2 light chambers for you to experience. In addition, we ask you to spend more time in nature, more time in spiritual practice, and more time nurturing your physical vessel. Do not expect to attain spiritual heights without paying attention to your physical aspect, dear people. How would it be possible to transmute from physicality into light when there is density in the vessel? Avoid processed foods and stimulants such as caffeine and sugar. Eat a balance of cooked and raw fruits, vegetables, grains that are nurturing to your whole being. Balance and moderation is needed in all aspects of your lives to truly take advantage of this opportunity to come into energetic integrity. We and all the galactic beings of light are with you in this process. We radiate our frequency in loving turquoise wave bands into your reality right now. You receive this as a heart-opening, field-expanding experience. We repeat, do not seek to further activate yourselves in this time window, but rather to stabilize and integrate that which is already within your light body. As our galactic friends are fond of saying, the time is now. We are the Arcturian Light Council, and ILLIA Elohim of Arcturus, and we greet you today. And from Judith Kusel, let the heart open, walk the path of simplicity. Become deeply conscious and aware. Open your heart and allow it to connect deeply with Mother Earth, who gives you life. As with the divine source who birthed your soul, allow your heart and mind, soul, and being to be filled with the immensity of the highest Christed and Buddhic light consciousness and being. Walk in truth and with integrity, and may the divine bless you today with the miracle of the deepest touching of your heart and soul, so that you may be reborn into the highest version of your soul and find renewed meaning and purpose as you walk on earth. Ask, and it shall be given. From JudithKusel.com. And today from the Gene Keys, Unlocking the Higher Purpose Hidden in Your DNA by Richard Rudd. April 10 through April 15, 2020. Gene Key 42, which is celebration, detachment, and expectation. If you are able to expand your consciousness and raise the frequency of this shadow, you will remember that you are merely a part of a greater natural cycle, and that all events fit into a far wider picture than you can usually comprehend. Expectation and disappointment only plague you when your vision narrows to the event that you are caught up in, rather than seeing its place in a wider picture. As we human beings so often learn in life, many disappointments actually turn out to be enormous blessings. An excerpt from the Gene Keys, 37 coming in again into the 73, and from the Yi Ching, 42, increase, gentle wood rises in thunder's wake. Storms bring destruction and nourishment, life and death serving the highest growth. Celebration is clarity of awakening. Detachment is intuitive initiative. Expectation is uneasy agitation, intentional realization. When the superior man perceives good, he moves toward it. When he perceives his faults, he eliminates them. From Richard Rudd, 64 Ways. When we go into this, we'll discover what blissfulness feels like. We'll touch the ecstatic realms where the mind lets go, where thinking comes to an end. When thoughts do come, they're thoughts of God, so they only engender more bliss. We'll become like a child again, and life becomes heaven on earth. And from Chamtrul Rinpoche, when you cultivate love and compassion for all beings, that means every being, including yourself. Today from Christina Papagiorgio, Kin 12, Yellow Crystal Human. 10 April 2020, Good Friday, Crystalline Connections. 10/4/2020 equal 10/4/22 equal 144 equal 9. 144 DNA activating code. Today star blossoms. 10/4 everything's gonna be okay. 10 manifestation, authority, power, leadership. 1 leader unique, new beginnings. 9 destiny, service, compassion, endings. Another 1 through 9 alpha to omega day, the beginning and the end, encapsulated, death and resurrection, very fitting on this Easter Friday. 4 form, structure, foundation, earth angelic. Kin 12 equal 3, 12, the 12 apostles. 3 Holy Trinity, spirit code for building our new foundation of peace and harmony. A divine destiny day for planet Earth. Looks like it's gonna be a great Friday. Day 12 already of our journey with our red dragon wave spell, where we are incubating in the womb of creation. We are being guided to focus on nurturance and compassion for ourselves and others and our planet, realizing the importance of self-love and the giving and receiving of unconditional love in order to grow and flourish and be born anew. Today we are universalizing our divine wisdom and connecting with our kin to influence the way we communicate and cooperate in a more loving and compassionate manner. Pure crystalline connections through our World Wide Web. Day 12 is a day to take stock of your intentions, motivations, and influence, filled with an abundance of yellow, golden energy from the combined energies of yellow human and yellow seed. It is a day of gentle empowerment and cooperation. It is also a 10 manifestation day, so we may be in for some holy miracles on this divine day. Tone of creation, crystal, tone 12 in the mental realm. Action universalizes, power dedicates, essence cooperation. The veil of illusion and false deception of the old matrix has finally been dissolved through the space and freedom engendered by yesterday's spectral phase of dissolution and release. New partnerships emerge, energy comes together, and crystal beings form. Stories must be shared of the wondrous and brave adventures we have been on. The crystal energy is brilliant for gaining crystal clear clarity and guidance for our next steps forward. Communication and networking flows, information from spirit in all realms flow freely, accessible by all of the new crystal beings connected to Gaia's crystalline communication grid. Day by day, we are getting closer to linking telepathically to this universal grid and each other. The crystal devas are very excited and anxiously awaiting to be of service. Ditch your smartphones and 5G and tune in to the new kid on the global block, 5D. The channels have commenced broadcasting. Transmission is on. This is the new Aethernet. GGG, Global Galactic Grid. Free subscription included. Unlimited Akashic record downloads. No freezing, crashing, or dropouts. Galactic light speed assured. Get ready for the Galactic Google. Life will never be the same again. Spend some time in stillness today on this Holy Friday, communing with God, Goddess, Spirit, to forge a stronger and purer connection to your source of wisdom. Allow the collective grief and mourning over this period of darkness wash through you as the observer. Allow the messages and images to continue until the projector ceases, and then you have arrived at the 0 point of nothingness and pure golden silence. Then tap into the infinite well of divine love and transmit this back through the grid, bathing our planet in the beautiful blanket of the utmost comfort and nurturance as we lovingly embrace our united resolve to become better humans, better inhabitants and caretakers of our beautiful new world. Become the hollow bamboo today and channel the inspiration of spirit through the influential wisdom, music, dance, yoga, breath, singing, light language, and whatever form of wind that seeks to whistle through your being. Hold no fear and allow it to flow effortlessly. Radiate your inner light as you telepathically connect with our planetary kin through the universal crystalline grid of creation. Send forth the spark of inspiration that will allow others to see in the dark, guiding them back home to the loving embrace of infinite source. Come fill your holy golden grail with the golden light nectars from the gods until your cup runneth over. This is the holy sacrament. Amen. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God of hosts. Today's question is, how can you share your wisdom through compassion and acts of loving kindness, positively influencing others to follow your lead and co-create a better and more caring world for future generations? Divine blessings for connecting to the universal Christos grid of loving kindness. En lakek alakin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. And from Tortuga 1320, QHHT.com. Easter, Prophecy, Earth Day, and Planetary Resurrection. Prophecy confirms the existence of natural time. If we examine the different prophecies, they all seem to have similar themes. There is an original time, there is a time of corruption, there is a time of prophecy to end the corruption, then there is a return to the original time, or to natural time, or to the golden age. Jose R. Willis. We are living in biblical times on earth, the times of prophecy, days of very special significance. On the galactic count, we are starting a new cycle of 260 days, and for the Catholic, Christian, and Jewish religious traditions, this is the most holy window of time. According to these religions, we are in the midst of Easter and Passover celebrations associated with the prophets Jesus and Moses. Nonetheless, most temples around the world stay closed due to the global quarantine. Therefore, religious observations will be carried this year without people's assistance. This is the first time in modern times that a situation like this takes place. Yesterday, on April 9, 2020, and the galactic count of 260 days corresponding to the blue spectral monkey, kin 11, seal 11, tone 11, the synchronic 11-11-11 portal marked the completion of 114 galactic spins, Zolkin, since the arrival to Earth of Dr. Jose R. Willis, one of the pioneers behind the concept of Earth Day, as the founder of the first Whole Earth Festival of 1970 in Davis, California. Considering that the year 2020 marks 50 years from the first Earth Day celebration, and that we are now undergoing a planetary emergency of unprecedented proportions, we share with you some thoughts about his contributions to the planetary awakening of consciousness and the relevance of Jose's message at this time on Earth. Prophetic alignment, 33 years from the Mayan factor. Jose can be considered a modern time prophet, the messenger of time, so it is also worth highlighting that his 114th return is synchronizing with several cosmic alignments, historic events, and religious observations. How is this? Yesterday, or 2 days ago now, April 8, 2020, marked the start of Passover on the Jewish calendar, the 7-day window that commemorate the liberation of the Jewish people from the Pharaoh guided by Moses. The main entity in Passover, according to Judaism, is sacrificial lamb during the existence of the tabernacle and later the temple in Jerusalem. The focus of the Passover festival was the Passover sacrifice. Passover will conclude on April 16, 2020. Meanwhile, on the Gregorian calendar, today, April 10, 2020, is Good Friday, marking the death of Jesus at the cross before his resurrection on Easter Sunday. It was precisely on Good Friday, 1519, when Hernan Cortes arrived to the coast of Mexico, and it was on Good Friday, 1987, 33 years in the past, when Jose's groundbreaking book, The Mayan Factor, was published. In this book, Willis defined with great clarity the prophetic narrative of the Quetzalcoatl prophecy of the 13 heavens and the 9 hells, underworlds. Quetzalcoatl was strongly associated with the morning and evening star, the planet Venus. Astronomical celestial associations, as much as his role as a religious figure of the stature of Moses or Christ, brought Quetzalcoatl into prophetic prominence. So it was the 10th century, one Reed, kin 53, Quetzalcoatl, presumed founder of the city of Tula and revitalizer of the Chichen Itza in Yucatan, have prophesied his return on the day 1 Reed, and the year 1 Reed was vindicated by the arrival of Cortez on that very day, Good Friday on the Christian calendar, A.D. 1519. That was from Jose R. Willis, The Mayan Factor. Easter Resurrection Window 2020. From the perspective of this synchronic order, the Easter week of 2020 holds a special prophetic significance, considering that 1/3 of the world is under quarantine and Easter marks the closing of the 40-day preparation window observed as the season of Lent on the liturgical calendar of the Catholic Church. Good Friday will also correspond to Kin 12, Yellow Crystal Human, Tone 12, Kin 12. Kin 12 serves then as a holographic time container of the New Jerusalem via the triple power of 12, 12 by 12 by 12, represented as the human 12 crystal, 12 temple. The next day, Kin 13, Tone 13, Seal 13, marks the transcendence, 13 of the prophet, 13, and serves then as the cosmic bridge in between death and rebirth that the prophet undergoes. Finally, Resurrection Sunday synchronizes with Kin 14, Tone 1, Seal 14, White Planetary Wizard, and the completion of 260 days from the start of the current 13 moon and 13-year cycles, the timeless resurrection of time. Note there are 33 days between 3/11/2020 to 4/12/2020. Easter Sunday, 3/11/2020 marked 9 years from the Fukushima tsunami and was the day when the WHO declared the planetary emergency. 3/30/2020 on 1/1 master number synchronization and time. At this point, it is also important to keep present that we are starting a new Tzolk'in cycle of 260 days, and last Kin 1, 1.1, synchronized with the Gregorian date 3/30/2020. In simple numerology, zeros and points are discarded. Therefore, this galactic reset date can be reduced to numbers 11, Kin 1.1, 22, 2020, and 33. 30.03. These are the three master numbers. They create what is known as the Triangle of Enlightenment, where 11 and 22 sit at the base of the triangle, and 33 sits at the top. 11 plus 22 equals 33. We are currently transiting the 33rd solar orbit since the fulfillment of this prophecy, and the day out of time of July 25th, 2020, Kin 118 will mark the completion of 33 years since the new dispensation of time. 33 is a number associated with degrees of initiation in various esoteric traditions. Since the year 2020 is in direct resonance with the number 22, this masterful synchronization between the Gregorian, the year 2020, and the completion of 33 years of the harmonic convergence of 1987 is testimony of the redemptive power of the new dispensation of time calibrations. 2020, 50 years from Earth Day. On Kin 5, 5 Serpent, planet Venus had her closest approach to the Pleiades in 8 years. Both serve celestial markers for the ancient Maya. 1 day ago, now 2 days ago, on Kin 9, we also completed the master number milestone of 11 Tzolk'in since the rare Venus transit of 2012. Considering that the year 2020 marks 50 years from the first Earth Day celebration, and that we are now undergoing a planetary emergency of unprecedented proportions, I'm going to stop that here. You can read the complete transmission in the link in the description below. I've run out of time here. Timeless time has run out, so we're going to finish this off with the mantra, the code for Kin 12, Yellow Crystal Human, is, I dedicate in order to influence. Universalizing wisdom, I seal the process of free will with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of flowering. And there we have it, beloved star blossoms, blooming, flowering, expanding, opening into the light, transmitting your light out into this realm, and bringing in the cosmic light, the cosmic consciousness, the cosmic codes, through your sacred rainbow bridge into the crystalline core of Pachamama, here today on another glorious day. Also, a vision came back to me of last night, under the beautiful, glorious light of the moon and these beautiful clouds gathering in the skies. There was the form of an ancient elder native chief with chin up, looking up into this glorious star shining brightly in the eastern sky, the forehead connecting the sky eye, opening fully into the light, bringing in the glorious light of source energy, source creation, the creation codes of freedom, of liberation and truth that is manifesting through every heart center on this planet. We are feeling this manifestation expanding out to the ends of the universe and into the multiverse, connecting to all sentient beings, all beings of light and life and truth, here now, in the final days of the old false 3D matrix, as we ascend into the higher realms, fully conscious, fully awake, and fully aware. So let us know in the comments below, beloved beings of light, what you're experiencing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dream, what you see for the new earth. It is time to be coherent, congruent, and cohesive in our visions of exactly, we are the builders of the new earth. The foundations are fully set. It is up to us to manifest from our heart's desire, our heart's delight, what we want to see manifest into this infinite field of infinite creative potential as co-creators with Source and co-creators with each other, having the vision for abundance, health, joy, peace, and bliss for all sentient beings in all realms of pure consciousness and pure light. So thank you for joining us on this great mission, this great journey together. I appreciate each and every one of you. Keep walking your path with heart. Divine, blessed angels of the light. I love you all. Namaste.